Just got to tell you guys first, I really don't like unboxing videos, but it is kind of nice just to see uh, kind of an up-close thing what it looks like when you're looking at on stuff on Amazon. You don't know what you're getting. So real quick, I'm going to unbox this thing. Just going to take everything out of it real quick. I'll have you guys watch me do all that. Or just kind of give it a real close look as to what you get in this WHOLESUN pressure washer. I bought this because I thought, it'd be kind of nice to use a pressure washer and to clean off some of my engines. I've always been using a hose, and you use less water when you use a pressure washer, believe it or not, because you use pressurized water and not water that's just running and running. So it's good for the earth, as well as it's actually a little bit easier to get some of the dirt off when you can use this thing. It'd be good. I have a big gas one, and I thought, well, having an electric one might be nice. So we'll bring you back in a second. Once I get everything out, we'll look at it. Well, my first impressions, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. Here's what was in the box. We got these things here. And then we've got one of these. Looks like, I don't know, I guess I have to assemble something. And then there's the pressure washer. There's my hand. It's small, but isn't that great? Because if it's really small, it doesn't take up a lot of space in your garage. As long as it's as powerful as they say, it should be great. And I really was surprised to see it being that small. The reason I got this one was because it has a reel. So it's kind of cool. It's got a reel, and having a reel to me is, kind of handy. I'm not worried about how big the hose is. It's a really small hose and a really small reel, and it has a lot of cord. That's something I didn't know before I bought it. You guys who are buying one, you might go, hey, that's kind of cool. It comes with a really long cord, GFI protection. Nice. So yeah, not bad. This is actually a really neat little machine. Like I said, my big one, I'll show you what that's like real quick. That monster, that thing's huge. It's for 13 horsepower, 4,000 pounds of pressure, 4 gallons per minute. I mean, that's a big unit. That's really for doing paint stripping and stuff like that, and it really works well for that. And I think this one's what, 2,200 psi, 1.7 gallons per minute. The more gallons per minute, it's the thing that's good about having that is if you have a lot of gallons per minute, it washes things off better. But if it has a high pressure and less water, you use less water. So finding a happy medium, I think this one's a pretty good happy medium as far as the ratings go. Let me go ahead and put it together, and then we'll take a look at it when it's all together. And I think, man, I mean, this is about maybe 16 inches tall. It's really small, which is great. And it's kind of nice. It has a shorty gun. And then you have one of these. It's a really small one that comes with it. But that's really about all you need for a car, right? Because what I'm going to use this for myself is to wash cars and stuff like that. Wash off engines. You could wash down your house or driveway with it, but, I don't know if it's really the best unit for that. We may not take off like much of the staining and stuff like that. Would be better than just a hose. But then it has this cool brush, and I think this one here is really kind of designed for cars, isn't it? So that's kind of cool. And the brush looks like the brush plugs into the gun, like right here. And then the wand plugs into the gun. Okay, and then the soap plugs into this here. And then it comes with some tips. Let's put it together and let's just see how it stays organized. Kind of a bummer. I wish they had a tip holder. I don't know if it does or not. Let's see if it does. And let's put it all together, and then I'll bring you back in and we'll take a look at it. Let's put these 2 screws in here. Kind of nice, the handle flips up and down. And then this thing goes on right here. And you got to put this little guy on there. Looks like, yeah. I guess this is for the extension cord. Kind of nice. Goes in the back. I'll screw that in with 4 screws. Okay, so that thing's nice and tight. Had to use a long screwdriver. You just push this button, the hose comes in or out. Push it in, lock it in. It's got a little place for that. It's got a little place for the wand, one for this thing. Pretty nice little setup. Pretty well contained and tiny. I love it that it's so small. Really good thing is, if you're washing a car or something, got a really long extension cord. That's probably almost 30 feet. And you really don't need a extension cord. So that saves a lot of hassle right there. All right, so here's this little guy working. I mean, it's definitely not anything like my 4,000 pounds of pressure one, but great for washing cars. Nice, it shuts off on its own, doesn't run the whole time. So you can, I didn't see a spinning tip in there. This is the widest tip it has. As far as removing dirt and stuff like that, pretty good. A lot better than a hose. Let's try a thicker tip, narrower tip, and see if it's much better. I'll put a 0 on here and we'll see what that does. If you didn't know, the 0 is the red tip, so. Yeah, that's what worked great. It's actually pretty powerful. Like if you were trying to take off some small stains or something like that. Or if you had some paint stuff on your decks and you just want to get it off, this would work. Now, you know, my 4,000 pound one would probably put grooves in the concrete if I use this. Just so there's no real comparison to the big ones. But if you had like, there's a little piece of paint right there, it'll take it off. Look over here, there's a little piece of this paint. Takes it off, little bird crap and stuff like that. So yeah, it's great for a small homeowner unit. I think it's really designed for washing cars because it comes with a brush, and then everything gets contained on this thing. So like this thing comes off and goes in there, and then the gun goes in here, and then the hose reel reels it up. And that's exactly what I was looking for, and I'm really glad that it's smaller than what I thought. So it's, I mean, there's my knee. So it's like what, not even 3 feet, 2'6" off the ground with the reel. And the reason I got this over like the one from Harbor Freight is I can roll up the line. It's self-contained, everything's on it, and that's a plus to me, because if you gotta go looking for stuff, like even the soap container and all that, will all jam into the holes and can stay in place. So it's perfect for washing cars and cleaning off your decks or whatever, things like that. Not for like stripping paint, or be okay just to wash your house down if you need to paint it, but not to, like, you know, take the paint off of the eaves or something like that. It wouldn't work good for that. It's not enough power, but it's plenty for most things. You know, if you're just homeowner, want to wash some stuff down. Washing cars are not going to hurt the finish really. Yeah, I took off that little thing off the ground. She has a little trouble with the thicker paint, but it takes it off with the 0 or the red tip, whatever you want to say. Anyway, great little machine for the price. I think it's not bad. Talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. See what you guys have to say about it. I'll see you on the next one.